Echo device. Alexa, play Rock 102.1 KFMA.
You say it, I'll play it.
You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents. Here we go!
Yo! Yo, it's the realest on the radio, the party bro living in the audio, making everybody go. Yo! Welcome back to the show. Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com. Yes, it's going to be a short week, and good morning, Powers.
Good morning, Beef.
It's Thanksgiving week here on Rock 102.1. We have a lot of goodies lined up for you. The Master Prizes continues. 7:15. I'm going to give you that keyword to text in. It may be De Niro, may not be De Niro. You want to tune in at 7:15 exactly to find out that it is De Niro, and you're going to text that to win $500. So that's cool. $500 gift certificate. And then also we have Beef Cheap Seats that we're going to be giving out.
Yes.
And the keyword for that, if you don't win them, is more cowbell. So we'll post the link on the Facebook page. More cowbell because it's going to be cowbell night. And Cowbell Guy is filling in for me because I won't be there Friday night.
Okay.
Or Saturday night because, you know, it's Thanksgiving weekend. I'm going out of town and look forward to that. But the Cowbell Guy is the guy that's my doppelganger, right? Guy that looks surprisingly like me to where people from a distance, like, you know, confuse him for me.
Okay.
Which is a big deal for him. Kind of annoying to me, but whatever. So Cowbell Guy is going to be the substitute beef or the faux beef, if you will, the impossible beef. I mean, there's a lot of different variations you can go with. He's not the real thing.
That's true.
But he's, you know, he's a good dude. I'm going to have him in tomorrow.
Okay.
And for an introduction, help hype up the game. And then also like an intervention because he's a close talker, a little too close for comfort.
Oh.
Especially in times of pandemic, you know.
My brother's guilty of that. They call him Tommy Too Close.
Yeah, Tommy Too Close. Nobody likes the too close people.
No.
Yeah, it's annoying. And so I don't think a too close person really knows or recognizes that they're being too close.
Certainly not.
And, you know, I think it's people's politeness that prevents them from helping others be better people. And Cowbell Guy, he has the ability to be a good person, but he doesn't know right now that he's being annoying as hell. And I want to let him know, and I will when he comes in on the show tomorrow.
Yeah, so publicly on the radio, you know, why not?
Exactly. It's an intervention, Powers. You know, we want to celebrate first and foremost Arizona Cardinals, baby.
Oh, look at that.
I have to mention that because that's huge. They're 9-2. They won yesterday with Colt McCoy as the backup quarterback. He won 2 out of 3 games, looked pretty damn good, and they shut down the Seahawks, which is always a good thing. And the Arizona Cardinals have the best record in the NFL at 9-2. This is a huge, huge thing, and it makes you a believer in many different aspects. Like, is this the year? Can this actually happen? We had the Suns go to the finals, and the way that sports works, a very weird way. Like Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay won all the championships last year. They were called Champa Bay. Oh. That was the nickname all the Floridians drinking moonshine came up with. And they're bragging about how badass they are. The Lightning won the Stanley Cup, I believe. And what is it? Then, of course, the Buccaneers won. And I think the baseball team, I don't care about baseball. Whatever. They won a bunch of championships. They're calling themselves Champa Bay. Could it be possible that the Suns and the Cardinals both have dominant years and go to the finals / Super Bowl in the same year?
If wrestling's taught me anything, momentum matters.
We got a lot of momentum. Oh, it's huge. I mean, this is what we're doing with our stars on the bench. You know, Kyler Murray on the bench. He should be back after the bye week. DeAndre Hopkins on the bench. He should be back after the bye week or a week after that. But either way, they could sit down and other guys on the team step up, making me a firm believer of this team, and I'm very stoked about it. And that's why I'm hitting a round of applause.
Rounds of applause all around.
So what are we doing on the show today? Well, I'll tell you right now. I'm going to interrupt this stream here because first I got to address this. Eric, nobody took away your top fan status. I don't know how Facebook works, but maybe you stopped commenting as much.
Oh, does he mean like a badge?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, so nobody did that. Like, there's no way to untop fan somebody. It's
I'm a milestone fan, Eric. Are you jealous? That's because I comment on the streams and share them. I don't know.
right. I mean,
I
if
don't
there
know.
was a way to establish and assign fan statuses, I would do that, and everybody would be amazing fan status.
Obviously, one of the ways is you have to wear a flannel shirt.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you
So.
can see.
And this is
Big
what we're
fans.
doing. I got 17 seconds. I got to do this broadcast tease. But welcome to the stream. Hope you guys had a good weekend and you're amped up for this early short week. It's going to be fun. So I don't look at with a wrestling shirt.
That's
Go
why I look
figure.
Good.
5
The Rock's
seconds.
25th anniversary.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's the podcast broadcast, the only podcast that is live on the radio. You could join us visually on the Rock 102.1 Facebook page and, of course, on YouTube, youtube.com/beefvegan. Coming up next, Austin is Gen Z, and I've just found out that they're really hung up on penis size. We're going to break that down after Jet right here on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Is that true, Austin?
Are they well hung up on it?
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to show you mine. You'll start crying.
Oh, geez.
Clear. Okay, so
I don't want to
Start
show you mine.
crying.
You start crying.
It's like, what the hell is that mark?
Oh, man.
there's no mark. First off, I have a couple stories that I'll have to share with you guys. I did have a little get together on Friday with people that I work with and mutual friends, and I had my best friend and her husband come down from Phoenix. And so you knew that because I
Well,
was
what's her name again?
Corey.
She was great. I hung out with Corey a lot, and she was excellent.
She's-
fun,
yeah.
nice person.
She's amazing. And in fact, I'm going to show you on this podcast broadcast stream blackout beef. This will be the first time that you're going to see this because Powers, he grabbed a bunch of pictures and like video, a couple videos. I woke up in the morning, like I was saying on the show open, like with zero recollection of the last hour of my being awake. And apparently people partied at my house for another hour or so after I passed out. And I'm the type of person that's like, you know, I don't throw up when I drink. I just get to a point where I'm like, I'm done. And it was probably a smart decision on my part because I get to a point where I'm like, I know nothing good from this point on will happen. I should just pass out. And that's exactly what I did. I took my shoes off so I wouldn't get effed with. And then I passed out of my bed. I woke up the next morning in the same position I laid down on the bed right? In my clothes. In fact, actually, this very outfit. I washed it. But yeah, I'm still celebrating, right? And so I woke up like a mummy or just like from my one position. My girlfriend was sleeping next to me, and I was thankful for that.
Arms crossed like this.
Pretty much.
Full of dust.
And then I started walking around, like trying to piece together what's happening. Now, here's one thing. My bottle of 1942 tequila that I got gifted to me, that I hid in my room after we had a few rounds, because I had extra bottles of tequila. I don't need to break out the nicest shit. Well, somebody grabbed it, brought it out, and drank half of it, spilled half of it. So that sucked. My bong and my jar of weed, that was in my closet, and that got broken out. And I saw that out there. I'm like, okay, so I pass out, and then my friends basically drank all my nice tequila and smoked my weed out of my bong. That's fantastic.
Way to go, Powers.
Huh?
Yeah. Then I saw my Christmas tree all burnt in the bonfire, and I was really pissed off because I was looking forward to burning that Christmas tree. And I didn't even believe Powers at first when he said, no, you did. You're the one who set it on fire. And
Yeah,
I'm
he's like, and someone burned my Christmas tree. I'm like, yeah, you did. What?
yeah. Yeah, I was mad. I was genuinely mad that I didn't get to burn my Christmas tree. And I'm going to show you, there's evidence here.
There's a couple videos. This is really one of the only things I tell. I like the first video. I didn't watch it, but it's you trying to do it. You're going to
Yes.
show that one?
Yes. Yeah. So we're going to see, this is blackout beef. I think you need to resend me this link for our drive.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to play that for you here in a minute. Yeah, resend me the link.
All right. I
And
think so.
in the meantime, I also did something super embarrassing. I whipped out my balls and took a picture of them and sent it to my friend Noah, but I did this in front of my female boss. So here's that story. Rock 102.1 KFMA, it's Beef Vegan Presents. Welcome back to the show. So on Friday night, I threw a little get together to celebrate my birthday and had friends over and had a great time. The alcohol was flowing and, people had a good time. And that's as far as I recalled. Now, when I woke up in the morning, I realized I only remembered like half the night. So it was the return of blackout beef. And that's usually not a good thing. So I'm trying to piece together what happened in my fog, and I find my phone on the ground and it's completely dead, right? It's just laying there on the ground. So luckily no one took my phone.
On the ground.
Yeah. So I pick up my phone, I put it on the charger, I give it a couple minutes, and I get some juice and I turn it on. And the first text that I get is from my buddy Noah. Noah used to be Dusty the Roadrunner.
Okay.
And it read exactly what I wanted to see tonight. Happy birthday, dog. And I'm like, what is that? So, because the text message just shows up on the screen, the text message alone, so that's the first thing I see pop up on my screen. And I'm like, see what? What does that mean? And I click open and I realize that at some point I took a picture of my testicles and sent them to Noah.
Yup.
Yeah. And you say yup, because then to my horror, as I'm putting the pieces together, I realized I did this in front of people.
Oh, at the table that we were all playing a game at.
Yeah, we're playing left, right, center.
Yes.
Amongst those people, my female boss
Yes.
for the Tucson Roadrunners, she's been on the show. It's Kristen. She's amazing. She's awesome. We're friends. But I'm like, too much to my gas. I'm like, oh no, what did I do?
Now, I will tell you, you did politely turn and face away as you did this, which was very gentlemanly.
So Powers was here and he helped me piece this together because, again, I have zero recollection of this. And this is not the first time that I whipped out the boys during a blackout moment. For whatever reason, that's my thing.
Yeah.
I don't know why. And I didn't know what instigated this. So I text Kristen in the morning saying, apparently I did this. And if you happen to witness that, or if I did anything to offend you, my bad. I'm so sorry. This is not my intention. She is cracking up. She was loving it.
Everybody was pretty much laughing except for one person, but again, she wasn't having the worst time either. But it's a group of people laughing at their idiot friend, their good friend.
Idiot friend. And it's one person that's not laughing. I work with her too, dude. I have to see her.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be great. Like, it's going to be that's going to be super awkward. So yeah, I had to send text. Rock on 2.1 KFMA. I was just interrupting the clip of me talking about the ball story from this morning, and I'll continue it because you're still cracking up. And I am completely embarrassed. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, so I was talking about how I had a little get together on Friday, and I got so drunk that I woke up in the morning and I realized I took a picture of my testicles and sent it to my buddy Noah, which one does.
Friends.
Yeah, best friends.
Much to my horror, Powers was there to witness this, and he told me that I did this in front of about 10 people, and those people included my boss, my female boss from the Roadrunners, Kristen, who's been on this show, who he said found hilarious, or she found it hilarious, and then also a coworker that I work with, Kayla, who's awesome, who did not find it hilarious.
Not a bit.
Not a bit. Please explain, because I don't know exactly what happened, but it was an embarrassing situation to wake up to. And I know this is something that, look, okay, my name is Beef Vegan, and I'm a ballaholic. Okay,
This sounds like a confessional. Here we go.
Yes, I have an issue, and this has happened before. And sometimes when I get blackout drunk, for whatever reason, I like to take my testicles out. I don't know why. I don't know why it's a good idea. I don't think it is a good idea. Sober me says this is completely inappropriate, but apparently drunk me thinks this is like my party trick. Like, it's showing, it's like a magic trick. Or, hey, you want to see something cool? These. And it's never cool. It is never cool. I know this is not cool.
I'm having a memory. So here's the difference right there. It's because you said these, right? That's why. No one wants to see a pair of those things. But
right.
So I used to walk around. I was a bit more punk rock. I had some pretty shredded jeans, and I had a pair of jeans like they didn't do the job. So every once in a while, depending on how things work, just one might make an appearance. But that's why I was like, hey, listen, guys, it's just one that makes it special.
See, that's classy. If
Right?
you're just
Yeah.
busting out one, then you have a little bit of a sophistication.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it itself busted itself. I never had to go. I was like, oh, look at that.
It's like ball cleavage. You don't see the whole thing.
Yeah,
Right,
just a little-
right.
Just a little.
Exactly. So I'm a trashy whore, basically. I'm showing all nipple. It's not under boob. It's not a little bit of cleavage. There's nothing classy about it. And you want to leave a little mystery.
Yeah.
If you show one, you want people to be like, huh, I wonder what the other one looks like. Not, oh my God, they're all over the place and
Yeah.
right there in my face.
Yeah.
And and I did this and I thought I was I don't know what I was thinking. So
You weren't thinking. You were doing fine. The audience was enjoying it, but then one of the people in the audience was not having the best time. But they're in an audience, kind of. Then you did pick them out of the audience a little bit, but you didn't force too much into their face of any sort when we're talking about this, which is the real issue.
I didn't mean to anyone.
No. And
That's good to know.
Yeah,
yes.
That's all that matters.
If I was a guest at someone else's party, I would be kicked out. I was the worst guest at my own party.
You were the worst
I-
guest at your own party.
I kept spilling. I kept making messes. I was breaking
Yup.
things. I was the only one doing so. Everyone else, completely respectful, contained. And I recognized, at one point I said, I am the worst guest at my own party. And then after that, I decided to whip them out.
So you acknowledged and then you continued.
Hey,
Yeah.
Cherry's on
acknowledge-
top. That's
I-
fine.
I acknowledged and I doubled down. I don't feel great about it. But it was blackout. Can you show me Powers real quick? Recreate Kayla's face, like just so I know exactly.
Oh, it was just that of when someone is
Oh no.
just
That's not good.
disappointment and disgust. Like,
Oh
so,
no.
you know, if you were moving toward her, definitely would get worse. But you were not. Like I said, you turned around like a gentleman,
Yes, I am a gentleman when I
All
whip
right.
out my boys. Absolutely.
right? None of us saw them there.
That's right. You didn't
We
see.
saw them on the screen when you then said, "Look, see, look,
Oh
look,
no.
look."
No, I didn't show people to check this
Yes,
out.
you did.
Oh no.
Or
Pretty
you would be
sweet, right?
like, you take the phone and go, "Whoops," and throw it in front of a person.
That's why my phone was on the ground in the morning when I woke up.
That is why you were doing. That's what you then started doing at that point.
Oh no.
You just go, "Whoops," and then that would show up.
That's just as bad.
I don't know if it is as bad.
It's
It's
an unsolicited
two-dimensional.
nut pick, dude.
Yeah, but it's better than unsolicited nuts.
Mm. I mean, yeah, you're trying to sugarcoat these nuts, but I don't know.
I don't know if I'm trying to sugarcoat these nuts. All right. I don't want to slice or dice the situation, but to be honest with you, do you want someone to walk up to you holding their ball bag there? Or do you want them showing you like, hey, look at this photo? You can easily avert, and then sometimes the phone was locked. You have a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some warning as opposed to hello.
Yeah.
Which
I
is
don't
Could have
know.
been like that
crime.
was an accident.
On
Powers,
the phone is one thing, but I think in real life it's just a crime.
it
If you
is a
just-
crime.
That's a crime. I think if you then show someone a photo on your phone, it is not a crime.
I
as
should have
much.
had some kind of waiver saying coming into this house, you legally agree to not be offended or abused if you happen to see any parts of my genitalia throughout the night.
Yeah,
Or try
Yeah.
to cancel you.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because pretty harmless again.
Yeah.
You're an idiot, obviously.
Yes.
Right. We
Thank
said
you.
here, we knew what we were doing here. We even said you cannot show Austin these balls because right now you are at work, you're punched
That's right.
in.
You're right.
That would be wrong and a crime.
It's true.
But the second 10:02 comes out, we're going to show you some of that parking lot.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
And
Absolutely.
he doesn't have the photo.
You gonna clamp my eyes open like Clockwork Orange?
Yes.
We're going to continue the play-by-play. Plus, I'm going to play you some videos on the podcast broadcast stream of Blackout Beef. This is a rare sighting, and we have a whole lot more on the FM side, so stick around. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA Beef Vegan Presents. You tell I'm disappointed in myself and my tone. I'm like, yeah, Jesus.
yeah. It's the
Uh,
like flatline monotone. Yeah.
So yeah, they're asking Brian's like, what's Mrs. Beef take on this scenario? Well, she wasn't around to witness this. But she finds it hilarious. She is actually celebrating my misery and my embarrassment, in the morning once I was telling her like, I fucked up. And she's like, what? And I'm like, then when I started telling her the story and showed her the picture, then kept airdropping her that same picture.
That's what he kept then airdropping that photo to her phone all day.
Yes. So show people on the stream powers the recreation of how I took the picture. And so that way they could get a better appreciation of how gentlemanly I was
Right.
when
So here
doing
we are,
something
right?
very immature.
So right now you can imagine us,
And
we're all at a
ridiculous.
table,
Mhm.
right? So there's the three of us at a table right now.
Yeah.
So he's makes sure to be like, hang on, hang on, and getting a good
And
not the
mumbling.
full 12, but like a good 1 o'clock angle, like at this angle. If you want to peek around, you got to look.
Oh,
But
no.
he's doing it, taking a minute, and then really fumbling and bumbling down there a little, right? And then turn. Oh wait, no, not yet. Hang on. Takes another one to make sure that it's all good.
I double shotted my
So-
nuts. Oh,
Definitely took some time out of the game, and then only now did I realize we're playing a dice game, and then we all just started rolling them same dice again,
that's true.
right? So he's playing with balls, and then we're rolling the bones. It was no good.
We played left, right, center. If you haven't played it at a game or at a
It's-
party, you definitely have to do that.
It's such a fun game. But yes, that was excellent. So again, very responsible. You turned away. You weren't just like, let's put these on the table and take a photo.
Yes.
No, it wasn't like a Norman Rockwell ball pick. It was a nice, candid shot privately in front of about 10 to 12 people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you go, here, look at it. And you kept doing it like that and then throwing it down in front.
Ridiculous.
It was very fun to watch.
Yes, and this party was like my work friends' parties. You know, people and I had friends come in from out of town. I will throw a streamers party, like a party just for us.
We were
You
talking
know.
about the streamers party because let me
Uh-huh.
tell you something. I wasn't allowed to invite some people.
Yeah, he tried
Okay,
to
I
start
was
saying
trying- I
my
was
stuff, and I was like,
53 people.
whoa, yeah.
I set up a separate Facebook event. He never saw that I was going to just take over the whole thing. Don't worry, because then I don't got to clean up, and I live real close.
Right.
So that was the plan. I canceled that, saying so. Just
It was
make sure.
it was a kickback amongst mutual friends, and it was cool. But yeah, trust me, I'm definitely planning a streamers party as well, and we'll do that. And we did have a lot of fun, and we know how to entertain. So when we do the streamers party, you'll have a good time, and you might even be able to swig out of Austin's small Crown Royal bottle.
cheap
Nice.
whiskey.
He still got some. It's the
'Cause he-
same bottle. Didn't finish it.
This guy drinks like a Circle K hobo. I swear to God. He's like going around with everyone with the bottle of Crown Royal that's this big. It's so small, it doesn't even come in the velvet bag.
Right.
And he's offering you want to take a shot? And people are like, yeah, there's a bunch of liquor over here with shot glasses. No, out of this bottle
This
that's
one
been in
I
my hand all
insist.
night.
He holds it up. Then he has to move his hair out off of it. He's like, here, it's over. Ooh, hang on a second.
Just yeah, just
Whoa. I didn't say at my place. We'll see. You know, I'm still cleaning up after this. But no, yes, we will throw a party regardless. Maybe at my place, maybe not. If I do my place, Eric's going to be knocking on the door like every other day. Like, I do no unsolicited visits there, Eric.
I was just in the neighborhood.
Yeah, like, nope.
Daily.
My neighbor knows not to stop by my house unsolicited. And he's a good dude. I mean, you guys are good dudes too, but like that's how antisocial I could be when I'm home. All right, let me get into drunken beef so you can see what kind of bullshit I was up to.
Yeah, I want to see this.
Okay, now for the record, I got iced twice. Okay, so that sucked.
Do you know what that means, stream? When you get iced, that's a Smirnoff ice prank. Explain that to them. They got someone banged your bottle, right? Is that what it is? And then you have to then no, is that the other?
Yeah, that's a different thing.
That's a different thing. What's this one?
To get iced is they got to surprise you with the Smirnoff ice. Like
they
you
just
turn
show it
around
to you?
and- yeah.
Okay.
Basically, like how I do with pictures of my balls, like surprise. And then you got to get down on one knee and you got to chug a Smirnoff ice.
And you did. It was great.
I did that twice. It's ridiculous.
How many shots do you think you took?
I don't even know. I took a shot with everybody.
You did like 20 shots. I'll say she got iced.
This is
Take that knee.
Oh, she's on.
No, I know. I'm just saying. Yeah.
You could hear how
Sure.
drunk I am
Hear
here.
him. You
I
can
know.
hear it.
Oh,
There it is. Worth it. Yo, what a
my
champ.
And she's a champ. Look at that.
That's
Oh, she's
excellent.
good.
Like,
She knows how to get
honestly, without even hesitation, where she does the
Go,
full fucking
Curious George.
crushed. That's fucking, that's absolutely crushed. That's absolutely crushed.
I
Get
said
the-
something about my balls.
John, get out of town.
So these planner boxes we just had delivered today. So
Oh,
it's like
don't
kinda-
crush those
we
nice
have to be
boxes.
kinda. I was like, I
That's
hope
my
someone
girlfriend.
doesn't puke. You're welcome.
We're not, don't puke in these nice boxes,
Well,
but crushed. We crushed it. Can you throw it on the ground so I can crush it a little?
get it.
Take that.
There's Powers
can I
lit up
help?
shoes.
That's right.
Now, with that too, I just noticed like in the morning, I was like, what's this crushed Mai Tai doing in the front yard? So Powers videos really helped me solve a few mysteries,
Mhm.
which is very good. No, Smirnoff Ice doesn't come in a can. So I guess we were just taking liberties at that point of the night.
Yeah,
We're
she didn't
like-
want to do that, so we just let her go for it. Because who cares? That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. Well,
Shotgun a beer, go for it.
That Mai Tai is actually 12.5% alcohol.
What?
Yeah. So when I saw her drink that, I was like, ooh. And she works for the news station. So
Yeah.
she was doing live news reports the next morning at like 6 a.m. So
Wow.
Yasmin's hardcore. She's my co-host for the Roadrunners.
Oh yeah,
and
she's
actually, yeah, we clicked up right away. So she's the homie.
That's a champ right there.
Yeah. Here's my Christmas tree. So this Christmas tree I had last year, and I put it on the side of my house with the purpose of being like, this is going to be great campfire wood or whatever, bonfire wood. And so I left that tree dry out for like 11 months. And I'm like, okay, here's what I want to do. And you see all my weeds in my backyard. But I'm like, I'm just going to light up this tree as like a big bonfire. That's going to be like my birthday candle. It'll be fun.
My friends do this as a New Year's tradition.
Okay.
They burn their Christmas tree on New Year's every year.
And that makes sense. You know, people don't really wait 11 months, but I'm kind of lazy. And so when I woke up in the morning, I saw that it was torched, and I was so sad about it because I'm like, man, I wanted to do that. And Powers is like, you did, buddy. You did. And you're about to see me fail at this shit. And you're going to hear me getting super drunk, too.
Go for it.
My favorite. Watch it. Look at this thing go.
So you could tell me how I'm doing it wrong. I know I am.
No, I mean I see there's a little bit right there.
If it means anything. He does have a fucking lighter. Go get it. He's turning the
No, he's got a lighter. He's just got. It's just low.
Tell him I need to light my cigarette and then.
Wait till the Christmas tree is burning, then you can light it from that.
All right, grab a cigarette.
Smart. Yeah, that ain't. Yeah. I mean that didn't take much.
I want to have you give like. This is so funny. I want to get you so drunk and just have you give advice.
Did you just flip it off?
Oh, this
He
is,
did.
oh, this is gonna take a while.
Maybe we should flip it off. Oh, it went out.
Hold on.
Sorry.
Over there. All right. Good. Wait, hold on. I want you to get this.
Go ahead.
You can still
No,
Yeah, we're drunk.
It's gone. You should probably.
Yeah. I was gonna-
Let's see. I'll fast forward it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we even get it on this one. I think it's the next.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this is how great I did.
This is pretty.
So that's lame. That's me getting the picture taken. I'm a beef eating cantina. I got a nice sized backyard. It's nice. Oh, there's a picture of it. This is my new profile pic. Just watching the world burn
There it
and
is.
just going all over my entire backyard. Like, yeah, that's good. See, look at that. Look how far it is.
Yeah, go to hell.
Red.
Yeah, go to hell.
Red.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm drunk.
My favorite.
But
coming
here it is.
Look happy in front of your fucking fire.
You know you're playing with shit, right?
There it is.
Oh,
Well, hey, do you have a hammer? Do you have a hammer?
gas
Do you
on.
have a Christmas
And
Oh
here's
my
Blackout
gosh.
Beef.
Wilson.
Woo!
Watch.
tree?
Good thing Wilson didn't
Right.
throw that into my chairs.
It certainly doesn't.
I like your style.
This is my favorite.
I like your style.
Burn that shit,
burn the weeds around it. You know your work.
There you go.
I like your style.
I
That's my
like your
favorite.
stuff.
That's what I texted him.
style.
I like your style.
that shit. Burn the weeds around it. You know your work.
Oh, those weeds
There you
around it.
You guys are the guys.
I like your
I like your
style.
style. He says to a fire.
I was talking to Wilson.
Okay.
I feel like not 100% sure about that, but yeah. So
Good
that's
time.
Blackout Beef one last time.
It certainly doesn't.
I like your style.
I like your style.
that shit. Burn the weeds around it. You know your
Burn the weeds around it.
You're doing good, Wilson. You're doing great. So that's Blackout me, right? And that's why I was like, that's enough of me.
And he was on. You were still up for like another 30 minutes after this, maybe.
Yeah, I shouldn't have
Maybe.
been. Well, shortly before this, what he didn't capture is that I grabbed the bottle of Tremana tequila, which
twice.
is the Rocks tequila, twice.
Twice.
Hit it like Austin, but like a man, not his little pussy shots. I mean, that's one gulp, that Crown Royal bottle you had. I would have took that down in one gulp. But yeah, that was me just getting wrecked. And
Yeah, someone said you sound like Boomhauer. You do.
I did. I know. Yeah, so
I loved it.
Happy
There we go.
birthday to you.
yeah, you want that to be a drop? I like style.
Your style.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I might make that a drop. You might as well. But yeah, I was super wrecked and it was a good time. And I do appreciate Powers for taking video and pictures of that because honestly, if it wasn't for Powers, I'd still be asking these questions. At least I know what happened.
Yeah.
And the apologies. I should read my text messages to Kristen.
It is so funny because he was like, I was so upset. I didn't see the trim. Like, no, I video. You did? Oh, God. I'm like, yeah, dude. No, you did that. It was me.
Yeah. So here's how the text thread went. On Saturday morning at 9 a.m. I text Kristen, yo, I just woke up and apparently I sent a pic of my balls to Noah last night? ? I don't know when, where, or why why I whipped my balls out last night. But if you happen to witness that, ... my bad. This is how you.
My bad is the exact thing you should have said. Well done.
Yeah, because again, she's technically my boss.
Yes.
But the way you said my bad was with like a question mark at the end. That
Yeah.
was so funny.
Well, no, with also embarrassed face and smack my head face, right? And she wrote back, ha ha ha. Yes, you did. While we were playing left, right, center. Not sure why, but no one saw them at the table. LOL. Which is good. And there's
Now,
more.
I will say this. If there was someone who was cheerleading this endeavor the most, it was her.
Okay, then it's her fault.
She was throwing
Well, that hold
fuel
up at a
on
quarter
the
law.
fire.
Hold on. Rock 102.1 KFMA. We're still debating Ballmageddon or Ballgate, if you will, trying to figure out who's to blame. Why would I be encouraged to do such a blasphemous thing?
True.
And and any way that I could try to not take responsibility for these actions. So far, so good.
Yeah, I'd say so far so good.
What's the most embarrassing thing that you guys ever did when you were drunk? And I'm going to ask this to the audience out there because we've all woken up to horror stories like, oh my God, what did I do? 600 KFMA, that's 600-5362. Obviously, I have a problem. When I get blackout drunk, I whip out my junk. And not all of it, just the part that I'm proud about. So I'm going to ask this question. Now, Austin, you look like you drink moonshine. So you have to have a drunk story that you're embarrassed about.
Well, there was this one time some of us from the old promo crew went out bar hopping for a little bit. You know, it was a good time. Everyone was acting accordingly. But, you know, just like you, I got to a point where I started not remembering anything. And so the next day, some of my teammates told me what I did. And apparently I was walking down a busy street, decided to start literally ripping some of my clothes off just for the fun of it.
Yep. Naked.
Yeah, yep.
Naked is a side effect of blackout drunk. For
Yes.
whatever reason, we like to get naked.
And then I ended the night by just laying down in the street right next to my band's practice space. And I woke up in my practice space, barely remembering anything.
That's funny, though.
Wow.
That reminds me, too, because my buddy Phil, who was over here at the house, and he got super drunk. He's a firefighter, a mustache and everything.
I liked him. He was fun.
Yeah, he's a fun guy, but he got tore up. We got a picture from his girlfriend. Phil, as soon as he got home, passed out on the floor in the middle of the floor, face down on the floor, like the guy murdered.
That's what I can relate.
Yeah, let's go to the phones and see if someone can one up Austin here. It should be easy enough. Rock 102.1, who's this? Yo, can you hear me? Do I have the right channel up? I should. Sorry, man, don't hear you. Right? All right. Well, that's a bummer. So 600 KFMA and 600-5362. What about you? Are you always well composed, Powers?
I'm pretty well composed. I've got a too high a tolerance, it seems. But when I was younger, I do specifically remember one time I woke up, but I had passed out. So it's like, I think you have this thing where you pass out or black out when you get home.
Right.
Because you're like, oh, good, I made it. And then done trying. Right.
Yeah.
So you'll wake up and it's like, who cooked this dinner? Who did this? Who did that? I woke up and I had passed on the floor, but my head had landed in the cat box.
Oh.
Along that like a catapult. So I just wake up. I'm like, why is half my face what's wrong? And I'm covered in kitty litter.
Oh, that's disgusting.
It was
That's
pretty
hilarious.
Bad. It was pretty
Well,
bad.
at least no one was there.
I
to
got
see
someone
it.
on the
Right.
phone. Rock 102.1. Who's this?
This is Tommy.
Tommy. All right. What's your drunk, embarrassing story?
Well, it's not really something that happened to me. It's like my friends and I, we were younger, we used to get drunk all the time, and my friend Scott would like to take his clothes off.
Mm-hmm.
So he
One of
proceeded
those.
to take his clothes off while he was drunk, and we tackled him down. And once we were all passed out, we took him outside and saran wrapped him to a telephone pole naked in front of the trailer.
Yes.
And then the next morning, we all woke up by MRFers, let me out, let me out.
Oh, that's
He was still stuck to the pole the next day.
That is amazing.
you hung over him like it's a hangover, right?
Yeah.
It's like throwing him on the roof.
Yes,
Nah.
we did.
Oh,
He was just saran wrapped to the telephone pole naked.
it's funny because he didn't die. That's hilarious, Tommy.
He didn't die. That's what makes it good.
That's good. Thanks for the story, Tommy. That's awesome. All right, let's go to the next line real quick. Rock 102.1. Who's this? Yo.
Lower that radio and tell us.
They hung up. That's all right. Oh, we'll continue this conversation on our podcast broadcast stream. You can join us on the Rock 102.1 Facebook page or facebook.com/BeefVegan. More Beef Vegan Presents coming up next. Don't go away. Clear. All
See
right.
some of these stories. I don't know.
These are, yeah, let me see some of these stories.
The troll called. He's saying he peed on a cop.
Oh, okay. I peed on a cop, then got the shit kicked out of me back when I was a drunken kid. Yeah, that's going to happen.
Right?
Yeah, when you pee on a cop. Oh, man. I feel like there's a couple stories. I think my buddy Jake did the same thing, and it did not end well as well.
Wow.
Manny said, I woke up in an apartment to some girl screaming, running down the hallway in bra and panties. After the screaming, I hear her say she's calling the cops. I bounced out. PSCD was lights and sirens. That's not good. Oh, that's not good at all. I don't know if
I
I
have
tell that
so
story.
many questions
Yeah,
about that.
that's a lot.
Yeah. All right, let's hope that was just a misunderstanding.
Uh,
Christina said, I got messed up. I got so messed up when I was clubbing and started making out with a random guy. Then when the night was over, I managed to start making out with the bouncer, and it went to making out with my two chick friends. That just sounds like Saturday night fun.
I'll say that's just a
Yeah.
weekend. That's fun.
Yeah, and then again, DJing at a place called Last Call up on the west side of Phoenix. Those kind of nights happen all the time. They're fantastic. A lot of times, though, I would get, I would be making out with the girl because I'm DJing and I'm getting fed drinks all the
Yeah.
time, right?
Yeah.
So I'd have my beer goggles, but the lighting helps. You know, it's dim, and I would always like kind of look over to my manager like, huh, and then my manager would be like. Then the lights would go on. I look back over, like, oh.
It's Godzilla.
But
Oh.
at that point, I'm such a nice guy. I'm like, fuck it. All right, let's do it.
That's so funny. I like Anthony's answer.
What's Anthony's answer?
I knocked over a giant gumball machine at a bar with thousands of gumballs, went all over the place.
Oh, that's awesome.
I've always just wanted to do that, like in general.
Just to do it.
Just break a
Sounds
gumball
fun.
machine to see all the gumballs.
We got a caller on the phone. Who's this?
What's up, Beef? It's Manny.
Hey, what's up, Manny? You got more to add to that story?
Yeah, there's not enough room to type on the YouTube, so I figured
That's-
I'd clear some of the air.
Yeah, good, because that sounds like a felony right off
Oh
the
my
bat.
God.
So please clear the
we
air.
were scared.
I'm like, oh, Manny, I love you, bro, but what the fuck?
No, there was we had just got back from deployment. This was like 03, and buddies of mine had a birthday party, and so we were drinking, having a good time, and then people started kind of going their separate ways. I went with this girl to what I thought was her apartment, and we gone there. I passed out on the couch. About 7 in the morning or so, I woke up to some random girl running down the hall screaming. And I'm trying to get my wits about me, and I'm looking around like, where am I? And I end up, finding my stuff, found my phone, and I hear her say that she's calling the cops. So I took off
Yeah.
and left, and I got on the phone, and I called the girl that I was with, and I was asking her, hey, what's going on? And she was just like, what do you mean? I was like, I'm at this place, and this girl's screaming, calling the cops. That was your apartment. She was, oh, it's my roommate. I was like, you didn't tell your roommate that somebody was going to be there with you? Like, I mean, come on.
Right.
Like, I
Right.
was like, she's calling the cops on me. And I'm walking down Ina, and all of a sudden, Pima County is hauling ass, lights and sirens. And It was pretty intense. I had to
Oh
have my
my
friend come
goodness.
pick me up because I lived on the east side at the time. So,
Right. Yeah, that's
yeah,
crazy.
no,
Yeah, just because the
it was
roommate.
a trip.
And you're just laying there sleeping, and so it's like, what do you think? She thought some kind of hobo just went in there and broke in and passed out on the couch. I mean, you got a roommate,
Yeah,
you got to be
maybe,
able to ask some questions. That's funny. That was smart of
Yeah,
you to get out of there,
That
though.
was messed up. And I didn't even get nothing out of it. I passed out.
Yeah, you passed out on the
Shame on me, I
couch.
guess.
Right. See, if you didn't drink so much, you would have passed out in the bedroom after some fun, and then, it would have been a different scenario. But that's funny. I love that. I would say the same has probably happened to me a couple times, just where, people are like, who are you? I'm like, I don't know. Where am I?
Yeah.
I am.
Answer me and I'll answer you.
Exactly.
Who are you? I don't know. Where am I?
Where am I first and foremost? And I'll tell you who I am.
Right. Hilarious. Well, thanks for sharing the story, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, not a problem, Beef. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, talk to you soon, brother. Yeah, so there's a
Later.
lot of drunk stories that we've all had. Nick just said, I got so plastered one time I got down in my underwear and started running around the party telling everyone I was Batman.
That's awesome.
Wow.
I can relate to that. And as long as you were doing the I'm Batman, like the voice.
I'm Batman. That's so fun. Just sneak up behind people. I'm Batman. They turn around here in your underwear. That's great.
Derek, why don't I invite you in on this so you could tell people this story? D-Rock, everybody, because this story is funny. And he's not lying about this one. He name dropped at a place where you shouldn't name drop. And this got his ass like barred and fired. And it probably took him a while to be able to go to the Marquee Theater again. So if you're still watching there, D, jump in on the stream once you get that invite.
Oh my goodness.
Well, Eric says, I was in Korea. My platoon and I went bar hopping. I don't remember going to any of the bars. I don't remember how I got back on post. I don't remember pissing on my corporeal. I don't remember him punching me. I woke up in my own pee and charges of unbecoming of a Marine being read to me. Ooh, sounds like a dishonorable discharge there. Oof. Right?
Get it together, Eric.
Get it together, man.
Only in Korea.
Mhm. That's your hot take? What are you doing? Are you trying to get out of here?
I gotta get out.
All right, get out of here. Get out of here, Austin.
I'm not wanted.
Savage.
Thanks. No, thanks for hanging out. Again, he was basically in just so I could make fun of him for that Crown Royal thing. I was
Also,
gonna have him in
worth
for
it.
F My Life too.
Worth it.
Yeah. Speaking of F My Life, we had a good one this morning. So while we wait for D-Rock to join us on the stream, here is today's F My Life. Check it out.
Did you get caught self-loving by your mom?
Awkward.
It is awkward. Did you do something that got you fired from your job?
I just get stupider.
It's fun being stupid.
Don't hide this in vain. Let us laugh at your pain. Call 600 KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
Rock on 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Time for another round of F My Life. These are unfortunate situations emailed to me at beefvegan@kfma.com, subject line FML. But if you care to share your F My Life on the air, give me a call right now, 600 KFMA. That's 600-5362. Power's going to weigh in on these FMLs with me. Are you ready, Powers?
I am ready.
This first one is sent to me by Brandy. She said, yesterday, my fiance and I were discussing whether we should have a gun in the house or not. He argued that I'm too clumsy to have one. Offended, I turned around and stormed off, only to hit my forehead on the cabinet I left open and immediately started gushing blood.
Oh.
Point proved. F My Life, Powers.
I'd say yes. Hopefully that doesn't turn into a scar. Yikes.
Yeah. That is so funny, though.
That is
And
like-
what a
way to
great
s-
way to prove his point.
Yeah, we just storm off like right into a screen door, basically.
Yeah.
Like, way to go.
All right, next situation is sent to me by Yasmin. She said, today I noticed that to get my boyfriend to do what I want, I must bribe him with food instead of sex. F My Life. What do you say, Powers?
No, that's the oldest trick in the book. I believe the way to a man's heart is his stomach.
Exactly. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Duh.
Right.
Feed
That's
us.
simple.
And then you want to hump us too. I mean, they both work, but depending on what you're serving as far as food, that might work more.
A day can go by, but I'm going to want to eat.
That's true.
Right?
I want to eat every day.
Exactly.
The older I get, I don't necessarily want to have sex every day.
Right. I'd rather have a sandwich.
A good one, yeah. Even more so afterwards, so go make it.
Right.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry. My girlfriend's a vegetarian. She doesn't make me sandwiches, so I got to like blurt that out when I get a chance. Obviously, I'm repressed. All right, next situation. Troy sent us an email saying, Saturday I went out clubbing. My girlfriend went to get us drinks, so I danced alone while I waited. Some hideous girl with meth mouth, who was actually and clearly tripping balls, started harassing me and groping me and got all three of us kicked out when my girlfriend returned and beat the hell out of her.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, I guess. I'm sure, you guys are all, hey, and sometimes it happens.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, if I had $1 for every time I got groped by a girl with meth mouth, I'd have $3. All right, 2 more left real quick. Luis sent an email and said, today I couldn't open a jar of mayo, and my cousin had to open it for me. She's a 16-year-old girl, and I'm a 24-year-old guy.
Aw.
He got emasculated by his 16-year-old cousin.
Yeah, that's not the best.
F my life?
Yeah, you got to work on them guns, brother.
Yeah, you do.
Let's go.
All right, and final F my life today, sent to me by Jason. He said, last night, in the middle of O-sex, I got a cramp in my tongue. Yes, that is a thing that can happen.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that either. My wife didn't believe me, and since I already gotten mine from her, she accused me of being lazy, selfish, and no good at sex. This led to a huge argument, and now I'm sleeping in my truck outside. Oh, well, thankfully you remembered to email me this story, Jason. F my life. What do you say, Powers?
I'd say yes. I love. He's probably trying to explain it like, I can't feel my tongue.
That's right. That's the only way you can describe it. It's my tongue. 100% F my life, Jason. Thank you for emailing me that. Keep those emails coming in, beefvegan@kfma.com. We're going to hit the reset. When we return, Austin's going to be in studio, and he came. All right. Yo, D.
There we are.
On here as well. Let's see. Whose story should we go to first? These are, I got D-Rock's story. I know it's funny. Anthony, tell us your story first. What did you do to blackout drunk when you were blackout drunk?
I bet my friends I could drink a whole gallon of Bacardi-O.
Oh. Did you win the bet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I blacked out drunk and went home, and it was Mother's Day morning. I pissed on my front door, my mom's front door.
Oh, no.
And didn't even know I did it.
Oh.
I woke up and everybody's all mad at me. I'm like, what? You know, you peed on the door. I thought I was in the bathroom.
That is hilarious. That's an FML right there, Anthony. I'm going to have to share that story again.
And my mom says, whenever you get blackout drunk, it's a sin.
Yeah. Well, I guess I sinned on Friday night then.
Yep.
So I feel your pain. I appreciate the call and you sharing, dude. I'll talk to you soon. That's funny, though. And then we got D. We're going to be on the air here in about 15 seconds. And so we'll go right into that story. You mean, Mike?
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to get you on the air again, bud.
Is my level good?
Yeah. I think your level is good.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. As we're talking about tales of embarrassing things we did when we were drunk, my buddy D-Rock, who's been on the show multiple times, reminded me of a story he shared with me of an instance where he basically name dropped and effed himself. And it's a long story. And I want you to retell it for our audience here. So what happened?
All right. So what had happened was I went to go check out a cake show at the Marquee Theater, and I was slamming everything that was handed to me. I happened to be wearing a lanyard from the radio station that I worked for at the time.
He was part-timing for an alternative station up in Phoenix, which is great.
Sure.
And so he got some credentials, but he was just part-time at the time. So it wasn't like a big wig, heavy hitter or nothing, right?
Yeah.
No, nothing like that. And the I didn't name drop exactly. I had been hanging out backstage all night with like the sound guy and all kinds of people who were feeding me the alcohol.
Yeah.
And I went to go backstage and the security guard was like, nah. And so apparently then I went backstage anyway and they told me I had to leave. And I was like, go get Donnie, who was like the owner dude who ran the Marquee at the time.
Yeah, he was the head manager.
Yeah. And then that turned into, I don't remember exactly, but it ended with me calling the program director at the radio station crying and saying, I'm sorry. And then the meeting that Thursday was that I could go work at another station if I wanted to.
Oh, that was very kind of them.
Yeah.
You never want to call your boss crying and drunk in the middle of the night.
No.
Yeah. You want to text them the next morning saying, sorry you saw my balls. Obviously.
Exactly.
All right. We're going to wrap things up with your beef tips. Stay on here. Stay on the stream with us here, D. We'll have more of this conversation on the podcast broadcast stream on the Rock 102.1 Facebook page where you can join us in your beef tips coming up next on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear. All right. Yes. I remember him calling and be like, hey, you think I fucked up? I'm like, yeah.
Sure
I know
did.
You did. Yeah, you done, son. You don't do that.
I think the dude that I was with like ransacked the promo kid's van too, and got a couple of Ed shirts or X1039 or whatever the hell the name of the station was at the time.
At the time, yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I know. That's one of those things. It's tough. It's tough when you're in that scenario because you do have the credentials.
Yeah.
But it's, you always, as a person who is in a position of having those credentials, the one thing you never want to say is, do you know who I am? Kind of
Well,
thing.
see, but I didn't do that, man.
No,
see, that's where it gets messed up.
But the problem is if they feel like you're giving them a, do you know who I am? You don't have to
they
actually
felt
say
that.
it. Yeah.
Go get so-and-so.
Yes. And trust me, I've been there to where I'm like, ooh, I'm on the edge of like not saying, do you know who I am? But I'm like, I'm trying not to allude to it. But there's some situations where like I'm throwing the event and I'm getting like pushback from a bouncer, be like, hey, buddy, like this is my night, I'm like paying for this shit. Do you know who I am?
Do you know who I am? I'm the guy that has to use the bathroom so bad right now.
All right, go use the bathroom, Powers.
You have a friend to talk, so I'll be right back.
Thanks.
To be fair, they did know who I was after that.
Yes, they did. Yeah. They absolutely did. I mean, they had your picture hanging up. I saw it backstage saying, do not let this guy in. We know who he is.
Dude, the backstage wasn't even worth hanging out back there anyway, so I don't know what my big deal was. I think it was the free Crown and Cokes, I think is what it was.
Yeah, you sound like Austin. And that's a good lesson for everyone watching on the stream who's never been backstage. A lot of people, the misconception of backstage is that it's this beautiful orgy room. That's not the case. A lot of times it looks no better than this broom closet here. It is literally just kind of the back of the house. It's a bunch of like crates and cables and bullshit. There's nothing comfortable about it. It's nothing cool. There isn't a lure because you could be out here and you can't go back there and everyone wants what they can't have kind of thing.
Yep.
But
yeah, well, I mean, it sucked because I was back there and hanging out, and I think it was like your hookup that got me back there in the first place when you were working at, the other station.
Yeah, KWSS.
Yeah.
The small indie station. I have more credentials and hookups working for a nonprofit 13-watt station up in Phoenix than I do down here. I get shit. I get nothing down here. I have to pay full price for concert tickets and stuff. And then if I ask any salespeople, like, hey, can I get tickets to this show? I'm like, I can send you the ticket link. But they're sold out, right? Like, oh, that's
wow.
Cool. I know.
Not even any cool promo tickets, huh?
Few and far between. I get to hook up with Roadrunners games, but I work for the Roadrunners. So yeah. It's one of those things. I didn't even get tickets to KFMA Day, the last KFMA Day that were here, because I was working on KLPX, which is a classic rock station, but it's owned by the same company.
Yeah,
it's owned by the same. It's our, I was on KFMA, so I did not get tickets offered to me for KFMA Day, which still.
See, that's payback for us just wandering backstage at other festivals.
I got back at them though. I mean, I was so pissed. This is actually kind of brilliant. So what I did was I created this very contagious virus and I spread it around the world, and they shut down and they haven't been able to do a KFMA Day since. So
it was your fault.
Should have given me tickets to KFMA Day.
Now they know. Now you know.
I'll have no fury.
That was a hell of a Christmas tree fire, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I was impressed by it. I forgot about it, but I was impressed.
Isn't it the worst to wake up and hear stories about stuff you did, like just
it is bad. Anthony asks, are they going to do fall ball or KFMA day again? I mean, we hope. And, it's funny because I talked about it on the air and I was saying there's a lot of pushback as to I'm rooting for KFMA day, but there's outside promoters that get involved. They're the ones that put up the money for this. And there's a huge liability issue that's happening amongst concert promoters throughout the country. And you got to think Astroworld. There's a shortage of security guards and part-time security guards, and this is a big deal. And the same thing is for it here. Like there's a shortage of these part-time workers because people aren't up and gigging again, like the gig economy before pandemic, and there's several other reasons. But with that in mind, insurance companies are charging outrageous amounts for liability insurance for these events, which is making it almost impossible to like go in and throw this event because you're not going to make any money. You're just going to lose money. You're like, you're so far in the red. Yeah. You're in the red before you even open the gates. There's no way around it. And with Astroworld happening, it didn't make anything better. Right?
No.
But with that said, I had the head manager of the TCC come up to me and said, "Hey, Beef, I heard you on the radio talking about this. Why don't they do it here at the TCC, at the Tucson Convention Center? Like we have all the room in the world." So I'm pitching it to them. We'll see what happens. But that is my goal.
Is the TCC indoors or is that like I haven't been there.
Right. TCC is indoors. It's an arena. And that's where we have our hockey games, but that's when like Tucson Roadrunners come. Real quick though, Eric, stop throwing a personal pity party. Will you stop with this bullshit? Everyone welcome or everyone welcome but Eric? Wah. Give me a break, dude. If we happen to throw that festival, you are more than welcome to buy tickets like everyone else or win them if I give them out, because you're eligible to win them.
I'm not.
What do you want me to do? Yeah, you are.
Maybe I am.
Yeah, you're a volunteer. Yeah.
All right. How about that? I'm always a volunteer. I'm a professional volunteer.
You ever going to come back down and join the show in studio again?
Yeah, that's a possibility. I got to get down there. I got to get down there to get you your F My Life book anyway.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Here's an F My Life, actually. Speaking of which, there's a TikToker described as evil for making her cheating ex-boyfriend get her name tattooed on his arm before ghosting him straight afterwards. So for this
That's
guy,
funny.
Yeah, it's sweet revenge. But so the woman was known only as Lana, and she's hot. She posted the video on TikTok last week showing her ex getting inked up inside a tattoo parlor when she watched him with a coy look on her face. And she wrote, "When your POS ex wants you back, so you tell him to get your name tatted on him, but plan on ghosting him immediately afterwards." And that's exactly what she did. Harsh, but fair. The video did not feature the finished tattoo, so it's unclear whether Lana is being truthful about her prank, but it seemed like she was. And that's a good way to cancel or, jinx the relationship anyways. You're going to break up if the relationship was going good if you get.
That was more of a prank, it sounds like. Here's how you solve that one. All you got to do, what was her name, Lana? You get the word sucks tattooed right after.
That's right. Brilliant.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. Tomorrow morning, we have Cowbell Guy in studio. We have Cat Rumbly on Wednesday. Let's get on and do a beef tip. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Hanging out with D-Rock on the live video podcast broadcast. And of course, Powers. We're almost out of time, but let me leave you with this. A judge in Northern England just slapped a restraining order on a 67-year-old grandmother named Margaret because she would not stop feeding carrots to someone else's horse.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a big deal. She just loved feeding that horse. And it turns out you could feed a horse too many carrots. Right now, the horse is perfectly fine and gets plenty of food, but she loved that horse so much she was feeding him up to 50 carrots a day.
Ooh.
And they're like, hey, come on, Margaret, leave my horse alone.
Yeah.
So the only other time that she's had legal issues also involved vegetables. So she's a vegetable bandit. But back in 2005, she got arrested for assaulting her own brother with 3 sticks of rhubarb.
Not rhubarb.
Rhubarb.
Oof.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Use that in small doses.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny. All right, that leads me to your beef tip. This lady, Margaret, was feeding this horse an incredible amount of carrots. Do you know that Mr. Ed, the TV show, they used to use a carrot as well to make him talk, but it didn't go in his mouth.
Oh my gosh.
I just want to let you know that. Yeah, and that's your beef tip somehow. It's a fun time. That's all the time we have for the show. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Don't forget to tell a friend to tune in to Beef Vegan Presents on Rock 102.1 FM. God damn it, I got to figure out that rhyme, but I'll figure it out soon. Join us tomorrow morning as we'll continue to give away tickets for the Tucson Roadrunners and give you an opportunity to win $500 cash by tuning in for that keyword to text. Riley's up next. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you wish upon a side of beef, soon will come an end to all your grief. But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.